What's up guys, time currently is 12:38 Wednesday afternoon. I have DTF printer number 1 running some of our custom jobs today. Printer is currently at 44%. We've had it running for a couple hours now, and hopefully it'll finish up around 2-3 p.m. and then we can get all of these designs cut up individually for the respective customers, because if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure there's like 6 or 7 different customers in this one file. And then we also have the WW transfer designs from yesterday's video. If you guys missed that, go check that out. But we have a whole row of WW transfers designs in here that we have to get cut up actually individually, each individual design cut up so that we can put those into inventory and then get those WW transfer orders packaged up. Today is going to be a busy day though. We have the DTF prints that we already have running, plus we have the screen print transfer orders as well. This is going to be one customer right here on the left side. They need, if I'm not mistaken, like 102 white, and then we need to color change and do 60 blue. I'm going to have to check my numbers on that before we get started. And then on this one, we have 26 sheets for that in black ink. And the customer was able to fit 5 designs on the sheet, so getting the most value out of the gang sheet. If you guys are interested in doing something like that yourself, we do not charge any extra amount for ganging your designs on the sheet. Our prices are per sheet, so you can load up as many designs as you can possibly fit on the sheet, and the price will not increase no matter how many designs you're able to fit on there. And then yesterday, you guys saw us finishing up the 260 sheet order for the screen prints. I gave those over to my dad. He is going to get them cut up for me and get them shipped. Big help from him to help me get those cut up. And then, yeah, today's going well so far. Got a couple of quote requests sent out. Got a couple of quotes on Etsy also sent out. I noticed that the printer is kind of backing up here, so I'll just pull it over the film to the right side a little bit, and that seems to do the trick. But yeah guys, everything's going swell this morning, can't really complain, and I'll keep you guys updated. I think the next thing that I'm going to be working on is tearing down the screen printing press over there and taking off the screen from yesterday, loading up one of these screens from over here and getting started. If you guys haven't already though, please hit the subscribe button down below. Like I said, if you guys have been watching my videos for a while now, I'm trying to grow my channel to 1,000 subscribers, and every one of your subscriptions counts. So if you haven't already, please hit the big red subscribe button down there. And while you are, hit the like button on the video if you have enjoyed it so far. I know we're just kind of getting started today, but feeling good. Feeling good about today, feeling good about the video. All right guys, 1:02 right now. Got the test prints all wrapped up. Everything looks great. Hopefully you guys can sort of see this. But yeah, going to get started. I think the time lapse that I was recording caught a little bit at the end of that, but I also counted out the sheets, cleaned up the table just a little bit, threw away any of the excess trash that was sitting on there. And yeah, I'm gonna get started on these. Think I'm on my own today since Michaela has other stuff to do, and see how fast I can get these done solo. All right guys, I'm probably like 30 sheets in. Time is 1:42 right now. I just wanted to kind of walk you through exactly what we do to make these screen print transfers, because I realized I kind of really never have. So for those of you who are interested in learning more about the screen printing process, I know a lot of my content is based around those DTF printers over there. But like I said in the last week's video, screen printing is a huge part of our business. Let me show you guys how we actually go ahead and make a screen print transfer here real quick. This is quite sketch. I don't have like a proper place to put you guys. We'll see, how does that work? Okay, that looks decent. So basically I have a pile of screen print transfers down here. I keep all my paper right here so it's nice and easy to grab, and then I just grab a sheet, and then on the actual press I have these pieces of blue tape. I can show you guys a little bit closer, and what this does is it basically acts as an alignment guide for the sheet, so I could just butt the sheet right up there, make sure that it's nice and flush, and it just allows for the same repeatable print on each of the sheets throughout the entire order, and it's just a super simple, super easy way to do it. And the nice thing about it being tape is that I can peel it back and move it up and down, side to side, whatever I got to do depending on the type of design that we're working with. So this is pretty standard. If you guys already do flatworks for screen printing, you know that this is probably what you're doing if you don't have a micro registration system. What a micro registration system is, it's like the creme de la creme of flat screen printing, and even like if you want a pre-registration system for your normal screens. And what it basically is it's 3 pins that come up from the plate. So there'd be a pin here, and possibly a pin here or here. It really would depend on the press that you're operating. And they would come up when you're going to load a sheet, and then go down when the press is actually indexing, if that makes a little sense. Maybe if I can find a video, I'll put something in so you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. But yeah, this is our automatic screen printing press, if you guys don't already know, made by Systemic Automation. We picked it up used on eBay, and it's been treating us very well, honestly, despite it being damaged during transit, which if you guys haven't seen, I'll put a video up in the corner for that to check that video out, because this one you're definitely going to want to check out if you're interested. So yeah, we'll show you guys how to start it. So the sheet is loaded on the press. I have a little foot pedal down here that when I press it, it indexes the press and actually prints a sheet. So right now it just printed the sheet, as you can see here, and now the sheet is basically complete. It's been printed, so I go ahead and grab it. It's from the pallet, and now what we can do is take it over to our powdering station. And what this is essentially, this is going to be pretty difficult to do with one hand. This is just the powder adhesive that makes sure that these transfers last for super long. What we use here is basically a proprietary blend for our screen printing powder. It's a little bit different than the DTF powder, and a lot different than what normal people use for their screen print transfers. The screen print transfer powder that is like standard in the industry, we found just was not cutting it when it came to the durability. And we had to work with our supplier to try and formulate something that was going to be long-lasting, stretchable, and just like really stood the test of time on the garment. So this is what we're working with now, and it's been working super well for us. So once we powder the sheet, just gonna go ahead and knock off any excess powder. This is super hard to do with one hand. And then we just go ahead and put it down here on the dryer, and then let this go through the conveyor dryer. And then on the other end, what comes out is a fully cured, fully ready to press transfer. This transfer is ready to go, completely done. As you can see, it has the powder adhesive applied. That's going to be super hard to see, especially on this ink color. But yeah, that's everything for these transfers. We just collect them from the bin down here, and I gotta go answer that phone. Alright guys, on Michaela's camera, because my camera is doing the same old BS that it normally does with the lens. It says it's supposed to get delivered today, but Amazon hasn't shipped it yet, and the time is already 3 o'clock, so I'm not going to hold my breath for that. Anyways though, I was able to get all of the orders all finished up, or not all of the order, all of the white finished up for this order, so that'll be set on this one. Now I need to tear down the screen and do a color change on the screen take the white ink that is on there off and get ready to put some blue ink on there next. So that's what we got going on. That took me about like 2 hours to do, which is not the best time that I've ever accomplished. That was about like 8 minutes per 10 sheets, including like printing, powdering, and then coming to collect them at the end. So ideally I would like to have that be like under 5 minutes per 10 for doing it solo, but it just goes so much faster when you have someone else to help you powder. All right, so let's get this screen color changed. And to do this, it's relatively simple. I just laid down some just like fill paper that we use for shipping to cover the table so that I don't get any of the chemical or ink on the table. Just makes cleanup a little bit easier. Next, I'm going to take my degradant. Hopefully you guys can, there's no label on there even to show you, but take the degradant, give the screen a good spray, and this is going to degrade the ink on the screen so that I can easily wipe it up, come through with a paper towel, and take all of the remaining ink that's on the screen. Before I did this though, I already used a spatula to get the majority of the ink off of the screen, so that I'm not having to have that degradant work harder than it needs to. Just having to get the little excess that is still left on the screen off with the chemical here and the paper towels. Just makes things a lot easier if you get all of the ink that you can off of the screen first. So as you can see, the chemical does a really good job of breaking it down. And it honestly does a little bit too good of a job, because if I let it sit too long on the screen, then it can break down the emulsion. And as you can even see, there's a little bit of orange coming up on the paper towel, which means that it is actually eating at the emulsion. So I got to work quickly here so that I don't damage the stencil. And worst case scenario, I have to reburn a screen. So just this little bit remaining here. Take all of that white ink up, and then since this is white ink, I mean, you can there's just a bit more margin that you have. So compared to like if you were doing maybe a red or something else and changing to another color, red is the most challenging to color change from. And yeah, white is a lot more forgiving because it's not going to change the color of the ink that you put on the screen too much. So got that all done. Now I'm just going to let this sit in front of a fan for about 5-10 minutes just to dry off anything that's still on there. Throw this back on the press and get printing. Did forget one step, and that's just to wipe off the back of the screen. As you can see, it got pretty messy, but it all just comes right off with the paper towel. Don't even need to add any extra chemical. In fact, I really don't like adding chemical to the back of the screen, so this will do just fine. Once everything dries, we'll be good to print this guy. Alright, so the next one is going to be a royal blue. So for that, I got to clean one of the squeegees. I'm going to do this one since the color is pretty similar to royal blue, so it'll be a little bit easier. I'm just going to put back any of the excess ink on the squeegee, because again, I don't want to have the degrading chemical working any harder than it needs to. So just scrape all of this off. This is the spatula that I was talking about, this thing here. Just get all that excess off. I know that I'm not really doing it facing the camera, so you can't see exactly what's going on. So you just have to take my word for it. But I got the majority of the excess off, and now I'm going to go ahead and grab this degradant again and start breaking down any of the excess ink still on that squeegee. And then we're going to come through with the paper towel. Since this doesn't have emulsion on it, I can let the chemical work a little bit longer, sit into the ink and really start breaking it down, versus the screen, you gotta start working fast. So I'm just going to wipe it off here with the paper towel. And as you can see, it comes clean real easy. And just dry the frame off. Make sure that it's completely dry. Now I can start working on the other side, on the bottom. Quick squirt of the degradant, and then we're just going to come back through, clean all this up. That should do it. Again, since like I said, we're using a royal blue, and this is a shade of blue, kind of like a teal color. Don't have to get it like very perfect because it's not going to affect the ink too much, especially with the dark color like royal blue. All right, got the squeegee. Next up, we have to do the flood bar. So come over to our shelf, grab the flood bar, and then here, I think I'm just going to wipe it here with a paper towel to try and get any excess off. See how this does. It didn't treat me that well, honestly. I should have just done it the way I did before because there was a bit more ink on this than I had originally thought. You guys are still hanging in watching this video. You must really enjoy the process of screen printing and like printing custom t-shirts. So please hit the subscribe button on the video. I would really appreciate that. Like I said, trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. The air compressor just turned on. So if you hear that, that's what that noise is. But I'm going to cut it here, get this all finished up, and then I'll circle back once I have the screen back on the press. Alright guys, let's go ahead and ink up. The screen is dry. Got it loaded back on the press. Give the ink a little bit of a stir up. Haven't used this ink probably in a couple weeks. Apply this to the screen. Now for the first print that we do on this, since we did color change from white, might have just a little bit of white residue still in there. I might have to trash the first first two, first three even sometimes, depending on the color that we color change to, but I'm hopeful that this white will be nice and easy and work with us today. So let's fingers crossed on that. Forgive me. All right, also grabbed some sheets, and looks like I got some ink on my hand because I just got ink on the sheet right there. Cool. Let's go ahead and print one of these test prints. Good thing, like I said, we're going to ruin the first sheet because that sheet is already ruined. Now here, what I'm just doing is making sure that I have the design in frame of the sheet where I want it, and I just did the other job, so it should be, but I just wanted to do a quick double check. Flood the screen with ink. Now let's go ahead and press that to see how it's working. Yeah, so this one it's just going to be just a little bit of white in there. Get another hit and clear out any of that excess. Give it a show for you. So you see, not really sure how much you're going to be able to tell there, but there's just like a little bit of like smearing, it kind of looks like. Like honestly, it could look cool, depending on what you're looking for, but this customer is looking for solid royal ink, so we're going to get that exactly figured out for them, and I'm hoping on this next piece of paper we'll be good to go and can start up the order. Got here. Oh yeah, that's gonna do it. No more of that smeariness going on down there. It all looks good to go. Perfect. All right, cool. Let's get this guy running. Still got to count out the sheets for this order, so I'm going to count those out, then we'll get printing. Alright guys, time is 4:41 right now. Finished up that job and got it all packaged up. Michaela packaged up the WW transfer orders today. Got all of them cut out of that gang sheet that I showed you earlier today. If you guys are going to want to check out what happened with her today, You are going to want to see the WW Transfers YouTube channel, where Michaela has been vlogging her entire day and will continue to do so for the rest of the year. We're both planning on making an effort to do daily videos for the rest of the year, so make sure you go check out her channel and subscribe to that. I will link it below, and I'll also put it here on the screen. It's going to be WW Transfers, and you can see a life through the day of Michaela's eyes and what she does every day, what's there to expect. But yeah, today was a good day, a long day. Those screen print transfers took a lot out of me, as they usually always do. But got the majority of the orders all sent out to UPS, and the UPS guy just came to pick those up earlier. And then we just have a few from the custom orders that we still got to take to UPS and get dropped off. So gonna do that right now. But for right now, I'm gonna end the vlog here. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you made it this far and you aren't already subscribed, what are you waiting for? Please hit the subscribe button down below. While you're down there, give a video a like, and in the comment section, if you have any questions, concerns, anything you want to talk to me about, put that down below in the comment section. I would love to hear from you guys. But again, I will see you tomorrow with more daily videos, and I hope that you have a great rest of your evening, rest of your day, whenever you are watching this video.